Mike Stockton joins us inside the Cardinal Playbook to talk about the first baseball series of the season. It was quite an adventure for you, and I don't know where to start, but let's talk about your 15-hour bus ride back. That was quite an adventure, I'm sure. What was that like?
Yeah, we were supposed to be home early in the morning, and we got home late in the morning.
Yeah.
We left the ballpark in San Antonio at about 3:30, and
On Sunday,
and didn't get home until about 10:30 Monday morning. So we were 15 hours straight.
Well, let's talk about the baseball, because that was played in pretty good weather. At least the first day you said it was 80 degrees and a great chance to be outside for you guys.
Oh, the weather was perfect. It was 80 degrees every day, and short sleeves. Guys got a little bit of sun on their face,
Nice.
and it was BP outside. It was beautiful. I mean, everything about the weekend was great.
Including the first game, which you won against a team that had played, 15 games outside already?
Yeah, they had played quite a few games, and it was our first game of the season. We came out like it was our 15th game of the season. I was really proud of how we didn't let any nerves get to us. I felt like dictated the tempo of the game, and we just played great. And you know, you're as good as your pitching is a lot of times, and our pitching was just fabulous this weekend. But I think what happened was our pitching calmed us down and gave us a chance to play well. And so with David Collins starting that first game, he threw a gem, complete game, and that just calmed the rest of us down, and we played exceptionally well.
You win the first game and then drop the next two, but they were close games and very competitive. And again, your starting pitching sounded like it was very good.
Yeah, our pitching was great all weekend. Even a couple of guys we brought in relief. Shoot, I felt like, you know, before the series started, we were really talking about how are we going to use our bullpen, and we've got a deep pitching staff, and these guys are going to play these different roles. And the next thing you know, our three starters are pitching complete games and deep into it. So that was a little different. We were ready to use the bullpen, but we just didn't have to because the starters did so well and the pitch count stayed down, so it allowed them to stay into the ball game later. But it was just overall was a great experience for us. I felt like we really dictated the game. We were in charge. We were dictating the tempo. We were creating, you know, the runs. And just the last couple of innings, we just didn't finish the game.
Well, let's break it down a little bit. You talked about David in the first game pitching well. You win that game. What were the highlights?
All the highlights was obviously David's pitching performance. Zach Tyson played exceptionally well. There were a couple of key blocks. David threw the ball in the dirt with runner at third base that we blocked the ball. Zach also threw a runner out trying to steal late in the game that, just really, they were starting to create a little bit of momentum. And, you know, that would have been a runner in scoring position late in the game, and they get a hit, and the next thing you know, we would have been down, and Zach threw him out. So that was great to see him. He played extremely well. And Coleman Wahid was a big guy for us this weekend. All three games, Coleman played exceptionally well.
Played at shortstop?
He played shortstop. He played really good defense. You know, sometimes the great plays are just the routine plays.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And Coleman made the routine plays for us. And he also stole a base, and he was a big guy to play for us. He came up with some clutch hits. He had big-time RBIs. He scored some of the major runs for us. I mean, Coleman showed us the kind of player that he can be. And if he continues to work and progress as this kind of player that we saw this weekend, I think Coleman's going to be a special player.
Well, it's no small thing to say that he was making routine plays, considering you haven't been on dirt and grass yet.
Yeah, we hadn't practiced outside on a baseball field one time.
Right.
And so that was, you know, you never want to make excuses as a coach. You always want to say, no excuses, we're going to go down there and just play this game the right way without, blaming anything. And that's exactly what we did. We had so many things going against us, and it affected us in no way.
Yeah.
And it was so good to see the team perform that way.
Game 2 against St. Mary's, you dropped that one, but what was Saturday's game like?
Well, Preston Felgate pitched for us on Saturday, and he threw a fantastic game for us. And went deep into the game, and he deserved to win that game. But sometimes you don't always get what you deserve, and that's baseball, and it'll tear you up. But we played a great baseball game. We played good defense. We ran the bases well. We had runners in scoring position. I felt like we were always pressuring them, and we just could not. Saturday's game boiled down to us not getting a hit with the runner in scoring position. And we had the lead into the seventh inning. I mean, we had the lead almost the entire game, and then we just couldn't get that one more run throughout the ball game. And then in the seventh, they came back and tied it up, and then eventually went on to take the lead.
On this Sunday, the final game of the series against St. Mary's, you go extra innings, and that was kind of a heartbreaker.
No, it was a real heartbreaker because, again, we felt like that we had dictated the tempo and the outcome of the game for 9 innings. I mean, we were the aggressor. We were taking the game to them. We had a 2-run lead going into the bottom of the ninth, and then it just fell apart for us a little bit. Drew Matrician pitched a heck of a game. We did so many good things defensively. We had some quality at bats. Again, there were some opportunities in the middle of the game where if we would have gotten a key hit here or there, it would have given us a bigger cushion. So you don't want to say it boils down to one thing, because we could have scored some more runs, but really the bottom of the ninth, we kind of fell apart a little bit.
In what way?
Well, just not finishing. In the way, instead of, for 8 innings, we were the dictators. We decided the tempo. We were in control of the game, and I felt like in the 9th inning, it was, okay, just hang on now. And when you're just trying to hang on, that's when bad things happen. And, they got a couple of timely hits, and we made a couple of costly errors, and, the next thing you know, what went from 8 innings of us winning is determined in 1 inning that now they win the game.
The skipper has been with us here. It's Mike Stockton, just off the bus, 15 hours overnight, and we appreciate you jumping in here and visiting with us about that first series against St. Mary's. We will be back with a final word on Inside the Cardinal Playbook after